have been very fortunate that the FDA has actually accepted the design by making some reference which are operational in nature. We will incorporate, as advised by the FDA, some of those additional points that must be observed. So we are now on track, and the company would share when we begin patient recruitment.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Dr. Raza Bokhari. He is the CEO of Medicus Pharma. And Dr. Bokhari, it's great to see you again. How are you?
I am doing really well, Steve. Thank you for having me back on your program.
Yeah, good to have you along. And you and I have talked in the past about Teverelix and that you were going to the FDA and really the Institutional Review Board to sort of get some ideas about how you can move this forward. And you've had a written response from both of them, and it shows very, very positive news and that you're on the right track, right, Raza?
We very much are, Steve. We have had a good day at Medicus Pharma. For the benefit of your viewers, if I could quickly recap, towards the end of summer of last year, we added a second asset under our umbrella through acquisition of a UK-based company called Entev, and we took over advancing the clinical development program of Teverelix, a next generation hormone antagonist. We had embraced 2 approved indications in men's health for patients with advanced prostate cancer, patients with high cardiovascular risk profile, and a novel study to prevent relapse of acute urinary retention, primarily due to enlarged prostate. This second study that we had Entev came to us was a 390 patient study spread over multiple centers in Europe and United States that came at an estimated cost of north of $30 million. We looked at it, and our R&D team thought that there was a room to redesign this protocol, optimize it by reducing the burden on patients. So the 390 patient was a reduction of 68% to 126 patients while preserving the scientific rigor, and the FDA agreed with us. So this has now become a cost efficient and still a decision grade study that perhaps would have a south of $10 million ticket item. So it is making our advancement forward more efficient and also more targeted, where we can also look at an interim analysis to evaluate that we are moving in the right direction. It's really important in novel studies that you get to have some inflection points to see that we are progressing well. So it's really a very positive outcome for us.
Yeah, we should confirm here that the FDA and the IRB feedback was really more about certain parts of the study. It wasn't the study itself. It was more like racial data, making sure you have documentation done properly. It was more sort of the outskirts of the actual study than the actual study itself.
So that's correct. So the IRB has an approval. So the protocol amendments that we made and optimize the design and all the changes we have done, the IRB has signed off on that. The FDA has given some observations which are operational in nature. There are always concerns that when there is an approved proof of concept study signed off by the FDA in a certain manner, that to revisit and go back with the FDA to redesign that without patient recruitment can pose some negative reaction. But we have been very fortunate that the FDA has actually accepted the design by making some reference which are operational in nature.
Mhm.
We will incorporate, as advised by the FDA, some of those additional points that must be observed. So we are now on track, and the company would share when we begin patient recruitment. We still have some steps with respect to the CMC
Yeah.
for the product to become available, and also to activate these clinical sites. So still a lot of work ahead of us, but a work which is becoming more efficient and streamlined. So we're really, really excited that we are making good progress.
Yeah, good progress and a big step past here as well. So, Dr. Bokhari, thank you so much. Really great update as always. Good to see you again, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you again, Steve, for your time. Enjoy the rest of the summer.
All right, you as well. Dr. Raza Bokhari, the CEO of Medicus Pharma.